I'm lost in darkness, searching for light. Every step forward feels like a fight. Shadows of doubt creep in my mind, but I refuse to surrender. I must find a way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. The weight of the world crushes me down. Fear and uncertainty all around. But I deep find inner strength that face the trials length by length. A way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. Through every storm, I'll find my way. Through every night, a brighter day. I'll rise from ashes, like a phoenix born. My spirit unbroken, my heart reborn. I've walked through fire and emerged scarred, but wiser, stronger, and unmarred. My existence is a test of will, of trials overcome, of a soul made bold. The way of the world, above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. Oh, made bold. Through every storm, I'll find my way. Through every night, a brighter day. I'll rise from ashes like a phoenix born. My spirit unbroken, my spirit unborn. I'm lost in darkness, searching for light. Day to day, nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help, but no one hears me. One day I feel I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace.
Hey, greetings and salutations, everyone. It is your friendly neighborhood pro wrestling hipster. We are here for the Dirt Sheet Radio NXT Vengeance Day Rewind. Guys, it was a heck of a show tonight. If you didn't watch it live, I mean, make sure you go and check it out. It was a fantastic show. But yeah, it's going to be just a solo hipster show tonight. I am running the gig. I am flying solo. I am dealing with multiple animals at once, it's chaos. It's chaos, guys. But that's why you tune in, right? It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Me, Molly, the long-haired Chihuahua here, Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster, ready to talk about NXT Vengeance Day, and it was a great show tonight. Molly, I'm going to let you go about your business here, so I can grab my old notes here. Sometimes, guys, we still use the old pen and paper method. It's a little easier. But I'm gonna run down the card tonight. I'm gonna do this in order. A lot to cover, a lot of fun. God, just great matches, bell to bell for the most part. Yeah, we'll see where I go in here, guys. Before we get going here, I do want to give those shout outs to those important websites there, dirtsheetradio.com. Check it out, guys. It is your hub for all things you need professional wrestling. Be there and be square, because it's a wrestling ring. See what we did? Yeah. But folks, tonight we had 6 matches, which was I feel like a little bit extra. Usually these PLEs hit around that 5 match spot, but we had a 6 match card tonight, and pretty pretty cool news, or big news, as right before they went live tonight, they announced that we would be opening with Stephanie Vacker and Fallon Henley for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Um, yeah, fantastic match, guys. If again, if you didn't watch tonight's show live, go check it out. After, of course. I mean, listen here live. Check it out. And hey, if you were watching live, is anybody checking out the post show tonight that was hanging out Danny Ocean during the watch along tonight? Huh? Hit me up, chat. But yeah, Stephanie Vacker and Fallon Henley, one-on-one. Stephanie finally getting that one-on-one opportunity against Fallon here for the Women's North American Championship. Also present in the audience, we had Carbon Petrovic and Kalani Jordan watching there, as they are, vested and in the hunt for this championship. The match itself was absolutely great. The crowd was ready. They were hot and they were ready for this match, like a little Caesar's pizza. Um, hot and ready, guys. Oh, hey, Randy. Thanks for tuning in, man. But yeah, they were red hot for this match. They were just ready to go tonight, and a great match they got. But when it was all said and done here tonight, Stephanie Vacker in 14 minutes and 49 seconds, picking up the win and the North American Championship. I don't think I was quite as shocked as JC Jane there. But yeah, Stephanie Vacker getting her first taste of gold here in WWE. Much to the chagrin of Fatal Influence, lots of interference on their behalf. But yeah, she overcame it. Now, I'm going to be honest. Now, I wasn't as shocked as JC Jane appeared in that picture. But full disclosure, I did not have Stephanie Vacker picked to win the championship tonight. I thought not for certain, but I thought there was a pretty good chance that Fallon was going to retain, and they would stretch this feud out till Stand and Deliver. But I guess that is not the case. They have something else in mind, and hey, I have faith that it's going to be good, no matter what they have planned. But yeah, 14 minutes, 49 seconds, a good amount of time for an opening match. And like I said, just the crowd was red hot for this one. And awesome major win for Stephanie. And huge congratulations to her for getting that championship win tonight. But all right, from there, I don't have any pictures to represent this particular moment in the night. Excuse me, I'm moving a kitty here. But after that match, we had a segment. I think it was actually branded as a TikTok segment with Sol Ruka and Sol Ruka and Zarya hanging out on the beach, which they did say that they were planning on doing Tuesday night. So that did happen and come to fruition. So yeah, they hung out on the beach, guys. they played some volleyball and did some headstands, and they had a good time of it. Uh, pretty much it wasn't like really super duper done for laughs. It was fun though. It was a just simple little, I guess, TikTok segment. I guess, am I gonna? Do I need to get on that TikTok? Is that something I need to do? Because as it stands, I'm not on. I'm not on the TikTok, so maybe I should. Sorry, I'm fighting with a cat, and now a cat is fighting with that cat, and there goes another cat. There's a lot of cats and dogs in this house. Hey, Angelo, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Excuse me. Back away from the chaos that is the zoo in this house. Our next match on the card was for the tag team championships. We had the team of Josh Briggs and excuse me, Yoshiki Inamura taking on Fraxium, Nathan Fraser and Axiom. I want to say in this match, before I really get into the meat of it, Inamura is an absolute beast. Like, he got so much shine in this match, and they let him show off just this insane base of strength he has, and he looked great here. Yeah, I was already kind of getting behind the team. Like I said, this has taken me a little bit of time to fully get behind. As I was excited for Briggs to get to move into a singles kind of capacity, but this is working. I like them. They need to get him a name here, but God, they gelled really well together. Very hard hitting style. It was great, and it paired very well with the high speed offense of Fraxium here, and it was a fantastic match. But as you can see here, at the end of the day, in about 10 and a half minutes, Fraxium continuing their reign as the NXT Tag Team Champions. Yeah, that it was hell of a match. 10 minutes. God, I don't know. It felt longer, but not in a bad way. But damn, great match. Just fantastic match. Again, if you didn't, I keep saying this, guys. I know, but if you didn't check this out live, you really do need to go back and watch it, especially to see Inamura's just offense in this match. And again, I'm not someone that was super familiar with Inamura prior to this, but I am just 1,000% here for this. So after the match, we got a little bit of a reveal of sorts. I don't know that they really said all the names on commentary. There was a lot of chaos here, but the four individuals that had been shown in those closing moments of NXT over the last few weeks, they jumped the tag champions here. And for those wondering, it is Dion Lennox, Cutler James, Saquon Sugars, and Osiris Griffin, who on the Twitter X is also listed as Joshua Black. So I'm not really sure what names we're going with here, but they wreaked havoc. Oh, wrong picture. They wreaked havoc and just beat the ever loving hell out of everyone present there in the ring. So we will see see what happens from there. And it wasn't their last appearance tonight. We did see them again later this evening or tonight or afternoon, depending on what time zone you are in. All right, so our next match on the card, it was the strap match. We had Eddie Thorpe taking on Trick Williams. So this was pretty awesome, guys. Shocking ending, and I'll get there in a moment. But the match went about a minute and a quarter, give or take, before the bell. All right, they were brawling around ringside before the referee could actually get them into the ring and get the strap attached to them, which was which was a pretty unique way to start a strap match. But I dug it. So once the match proper began, they were absolutely off to the races. Brutal, hard hitting, couple meme-worthy shots there. They beat the absolute crap out of each other here. Again, the crowd was into it. I have to say, oh hey Ziggy, I have to say that Eddie Thorpe is far more over as a heel than I gave him credit for. You know, I often say that I enjoy NXT being on the road in large part because it's a much better litmus test for how over, the wrestlers are and what's actually working en masse, not just within the confines of the performance center. And I didn't think that he was doing this hot as a heel, but shit, this crowd was booing the hell out of him. And there was a loud, sustained "fuck you, Eddie" chant. And glory to Peacock. They just let that go, and they did not stop that. So good for them. Good for them. But great. Just violent, and this is a surprising thing. The kicker, Eddie Thorpe, gets the win. 12 minutes, 12 seconds. Eddie Thorpe gets a massive win. It's not just Eddie Thorpe getting a win. Eddie Thorpe is getting a absolutely huge win that he needed. He needed a lot. I said this Tuesday night, I think when Matt was on with me after NXT on Tuesday, that I thought Trick was going to win this, especially in large part because they seem to have been angling Trick towards Oba for one more shot at Stand and Deliver before Trick goes up to the main roster, before he heads north, kid. But now I'm not 100%. They can obviously do something to still, turn some heat back onto Trick. That's easy to do. He's over as hell. But I did say Eddie Thorpe needed this win. And Eddie Thorpe did need this win. And this is huge for Eddie. A lot of folks on the Twitter sphere in the face of book, a lot of folks surprised by this, and a couple angry reactions there. Okay, more than a couple angry reactions, a lot of angry reactions. But hey, I mean, gets Eddie some heat, right? I'm on board with that. Again, I'm sure that they can, they can reposition Trick here and get him fired back up if they want to get him going at Oba by Stand and Deliver. But Eddie Thorpe, former DJ Eddie Thorpe, apparently over his hell heel Eddie Thorpe, he needed this win, and I'm glad he got it. I'm glad he got it. I think obviously he's bound to NXT here for a good bit longer. Trick's going to be gone soon. He's heading out. He's going north, and you go out on your back. So it's good. It's good. Trick's putting some folks over here that really really need it, and hopefully this helps keep Eddie sustained because Eddie Thorpe's damn good, and he's really getting a good pace here and really clicking with this heel persona, and just hella proud, hella glad for this. So Trick will be fine. Don't worry about Trick. Huge for Eddie Thorpe. Absolutely huge. All right, so pivoting from there, we had again a little Twitter X video. Ricky Stark, who has still not had his name uttered by himself or anyone on NXT television. They also talked about Ricky during the pre-show tonight for a bit, and did not say his name. Just used the word absolute in every way that you possibly could imagine them using it. Uh, that's how they handled it. But so folks still nervous that he's going to be like, Trill London or something, which he's not. He's not going to be Trill London. We know that because Jordan Grace already claimed Trill London. But what Ricky was saying here was that he will be on NXT Tuesday night to sign his official contract. So that's cool. That's cool. Ricky's going to be, I think he's going to be good. He's going to have a good time at NXT. I think people are going to enjoy that. Again, I don't know how many people aren't familiar with Ricky Starks. I mean, he was, he did stint in AEW, did some great work there. If you didn't see his NWA run, also fantastic work. Ricky's awesome. So this will be fun, guys. This will be we're in for some fun here. After Ricky Starks' little, again, Twitter X. I guess I can't ever call it X, guys. I'm so sorry. It's Twitter. We rolled into our next match on the card. All ego Ethan Page taking on the young OG Javon Evans. Javon, of course, getting that clearance to come back, but signing a waiver basically saying that if he's injured to the point that he's out of commission, he can't take legal action against NXT. So like this, I suppose is unsanctioned, but sanctioned. It's a sanctioned, unsanctioned match. I don't know why they just didn't go with the unsanctioned format on this. They instead had him sign a legal waiver Tuesday night with Ava. We're modernity, guys. We're being just litigious as hell. I guess that's what we're doing. Match itself. Javon Evans showed a great fire here. A lot of aggression. He was out for that pound of flesh. And, he wanted revenge. He was, looking for revenge for himself, for his friend, as they called it in the promo. They did not say Cedric Alexander by name in that video package. But yeah, he was out there showing a lot of aggression. And in the pre-show, they had a sit-down interview with Vic Joseph. And Javon showed a much more serious side to his character, and I thought he did a great job with that. He spoke with a lot more gravitas and was really serious. And I thought that was, a little bit of a, little of a, not a change necessarily, but it's a new facet for sure. And I'm glad that they did this. It just adds to the seriousness of the jaw injury and the violence of the angle. They're taking it seriously and making sure that it means something long term. A guy that's usually happy and bubbly, flat out saying to Vic he doesn't know if he's gonna smile like that ever again. This has changed him, and that's great. Like when you do something so violent, and there was the blood in that shot. If you go back to that like jaw clamp with the chair, it was nasty. It was just a flippin' horror scene. And I appreciate that they make it serious and, take an angle like that seriously. So that fire was important to show here. Like I said, Javon showing a propensity to not just to want to win a match. I don't even know if they were playing him at an angle to want to win the match. I think he was just out here to hurt all Ethan, Jesus, all ego Ethan Page. He did miss this stomp, by the way, but also, as there was a "fuck you Eddie" chant during the Thorpe and Williams match, there was also a "fuck you Ethan" match, "fuck you Ethan" chant during this match as well. So the crowd's still hot, and obviously, Ethan over as hell as a heel, and obviously Javon over as fuck as a babyface. I mean, this was an absolute perfect, classic heel face matchup. However, the hero did not prevail tonight, y'all. It didn't happen. I'm sorry to say that Javon Evans took the 3. Ethan Page getting the win here tonight in 11 minutes and 37 seconds. Just, I get it. I get. They're keeping Ethan, strong, I guess, but I kind of assumed Ethan was going to be moving up to the main roster relatively soon. So maybe they're going to keep Ethan around for a while. Maybe work something with him and Ricky. I don't know. But I just from this would appear to me that Ethan's sticking around. Now, they could find a way to stretch this out to stand and deliver, where maybe they could do some sort of, instead of, again, non-sanctioned type deal, like maybe just a straight up, like, no holds barred street fight kind of thing. or they can just completely pivot. But I thought this would have been a pretty big win for Javon, but he's very popular. He's really young, and he will absolutely bounce back. No pun intended. But yeah, so he can get it done here tonight. Ethan Page getting the win. Oh, hey, appreciate it anyway. Thank you. I will always rep chase you. Hoping that Andre brings it back here soon. Sounds like Kale Dixon and fourth generation superstar Uriah Connors. They're trying. They're trying their damnedest to convince Mr. Chase to re-up the university and get back into higher education. Back into higher education. All right. So after oh gosh, Ethan Page. Such a good heel. He's so good at what he does. But after Ethan Page's victory, we went backstage with Stephanie Vacker holding her newly won North American Championship. She was being interviewed by Sarah Schreiber, and Stephanie said that she would be sticking around to watch tonight's main event. And I dug that for a couple reasons. One, it is the mid card champion, the newly crowned mid-card champion, sticking around to keep her eyes on the main event title scene. And it just makes everybody seem important. It makes everything seem just raised. And giving that elevated sense of importance is just it's good for these championships. It's good for the women involved in these angles, and again, it's one of the things that makes the NXT Women's Division the best women's division in professional wrestling. The other thing that I got really excited about when she said she was sticking around for the main event meant that the women were in the main event, which I think was the right call. With all due respect to the ruler Obafemi, as well as A-Town Down Under, Grayson Waller, and Austin Theory. My apologies to any of our viewers from Australia for that horrid accent that I do every single time I say Grayson Waller. Sorry, it's a reflex. Um, so speak. Sorry, I got distracted there when I said Grayson Waller so many times. But yeah, so the main event was going to be the NXT Women's Championship. Speaking of Grayson Waller, up next we had the triple threat: Grayson Waller, Austin Theory. The fact that I don't say Austin Aries more frequently. And of course, the NXT champion, the ruler, Oba Femi, in a triple threat match. Of course, a large portion of the story here being, will Grayson and Austin be able to coexist? Will they be able to get along? And they've been playing that kind of will they, won't they with A-Town Down Under for a while. They're heels. It's a relationship of convenience for both of them, and they both make that, I think, very, very clear. It's one of the things I like about their pairing. And, as much as they always kind of lean towards them, imploding and fracturing, I always hope they keep it going because they work really well together. I dig them as a unit, but I know it won't last forever for them. But tonight they definitely had a little back and forth with each other for sure. Oh, wrong picture. They had a little back and forth with each other tonight for sure. The match was fantastic. They worked against Oba. They worked against Oba quite a lot tonight, which was to be expected. And God, that made Oba look so strong. Because while they were working against Oba pretty much, until he could get him separated. And again, they had a little tit for tat there with each other, but Jesus Grayson. It really made Oba look strong as hell. Oba just was able to do so much damage and got so much offense. And both Austin and Grayson are able to create so much movement. You have two guys in here that can throw themselves around. And, you add in someone with the strength of Obafemi, and you're getting a really, really great combination and a wonderful show of strength. Obafemi picking up the win, retaining his NXT championship in 13 minutes and 14 seconds. Like I said, great match. I I know I'm saying that about every match tonight, and hey, I love NXT. What can I say? But it was a great match. Um, it I'm not going to say it felt like a little bit of a booking afterthought compared to everything else tonight, but I don't know. It didn't feel like the main event, and it was the right decision to not put it in the main event. Again, no disrespect to anyone in the match, but it was one where there was virtually no question whatsoever as to who was going to walk out the victor here tonight. Which I mean isn't necessarily a complaint. It's just an observation. It's not always bad for something to be predictable, but that did take away a little bit from the drama, and I think is why I think they had the right idea here with the positioning. Um, after that, we had again the four masked unnamed group here. Again, it was Deanna Lennox, Cutler James, Saquon Sugars, and Osiris Griffin. Joshua Block. Again, not 100% sure what names we are going with here, but they jumped Oba Femi, and they made their presence known tonight on both the NXT Tag Team Champions and the NXT Champion. Uh man, this was a good night for Tony D'Angelo to not be there because apparently they were going for all the champions here tonight. They also posted this on the Twitters, saying that they were just getting started. Um, pretty rad mask designs here. Look, I know that a lot of people have pointed out that WWE doesn't have a great track record with these masked groups here, but I'm going to give this a couple weeks, at least few weeks, to try to get some bearings and going here. It's they made an impact tonight. They made their presence known. It was a big show, taking out the tag champions as well as the NXT champion. We'll see what happens, guys. Just give it time. I know I say that a lot, but give it time. It's NXT. I trust Shawn Michaels here. Been a fan of Shawn since I was a really little kid, and I trust him to book this, guys. I trust HBK. From there, in the backstage, guys, I've been asking on the Book of Face for weeks. For weeks, I've been asking this. Where on NXT television? Because I know she's been making her appearance on this is on TNA, but I'm talking NXT proper. Where has Miss NXT herself, Ariana Grace, been? Well, y'all, I have wonderful news. She's back. Ariana Grace is back on NXT television, and she brought a very special guest with her, the TNA Director of Authority, Santino Morella, and he brought one authority figure to meet another authority figure here, meeting with Ava, of course, NXT's GM. And this was awesome. He got a hell of a pop from that crowd, which is always wonderful to hear. Santino Morella, entertaining as all get out. And this was a fun moment here. If they were going to have someone introduce Santino back onto the NXT sphere here, of course, you're going to use Ariana Grace for obvious reasons. But from there, we had a video package plugging tonight's main event, the fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez, Saturday Night Roxy, Cora Jade, Bayley, and the champion, Julia. Fatal 4-way for the biggest prize in the women's division. Guys, it's hard for me to actually pick a match of the night. This is probably it, though. This is probably it. can't say enough great things about this. They gave this so much time. A lot of times they take the easy way out with the Fatal 4-Way format, and they'll kind of cut it a little shorter than it could potentially be. 18 minutes and 31 seconds in this. Action throughout. Big moments. Great use of the time. And, just furthering a lot of the story here. Not a lot of love loss with Cora and Roxy. Them having their moments. Got Roxy begging off here. This women's division has so many moving pieces, and there's so much to be said for it, and so many great things about it. And this match was just an absolute just showcase of what this division is, and what it is capable of. And that Tower of Doom spot, Jiminy Cricket, that was something else. So many near falls. The crowd was just into just every moment of this. But 18 minutes 31 seconds, Julia retaining her NXT Women's Championship in an absolutely amazing showing. Just absolutely incredible. And then after we had Stephanie Vacker make her way down to the ring to stand as champion beside Julia. Fantastic image. Very similar to the start of the year when they had Julia and Obafemi standing on the stage as the champions. Wonderful image. Loved this. As it's going off the air, boom! The Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace. Her music rips through the arena, and she makes her way down to the ring and stares down with both champions. So, yeah, I don't know what direction they're going to have Jordynne Grace lean in first. They could absolutely work a program between Jordynne Grace and Julia for Stand and Deliver. They could do the same with her and Stephanie Vacker. No idea. Whatever they do, though, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great, and I'm absolutely here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Something that was put out on commentary during this match. They said that they had 3 eras represented. They had the Black and Gold 2.0 and the modern era of NXT, which is really cool. So this was a big match. It was a legacy match, and much like the men's main event, this was relatively predictable. I think I kind of briefly talked myself into Cora Jade potentially winning here. I think just to kind of put a little more fire with her and Roxy, because I need that program before Roxy goes north, kid. But I think Julia was the logical and most understandable choice here. And yeah, she needs to have a good strong run with this belt. And her first challenger being Jordynne Grace would be pretty badass. But they're going to need to get Jordynne some wins between then and there, because you don't want Jordynne losing all of her big NXT showings. Obviously, she lost to Roxy when she got the title shot there. But damn, that'd be a good program. It'd be awesome. But yeah, guys, that's NXT Vengeance Day tonight in a nutshell. I've said this like 19 times already, but it was a great show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Do it. Do it tonight. Here just in a little bit. You probably can't fit it in before AEW tonight. I think they're going on around 10:30 ish, give or take, after the basketball game, whenever that ends. That's one of those sports. That one. I don't do these things, guys. I don't do the sports. I mean, sometimes football, and hockey. I do like some hockey. It's all about wrestling, though. But anyway, sorry, I fell off my my train of thought. But yeah, fantastic card from start to finish. I will say, I think the main event was my match of the night. It was just booked so well, and that's saying a lot when you have so many moving pieces. 4 people in a match is a lot to keep track of, and a lot to keep moving if you want it to be believable. You don't want a lot of those moments where somebody's just sitting around waiting for their spot, and you really didn't get a sense of that happening a lot here. And so, great job all around. But God, it is a close second for the tag team match tonight. That thing was just dynamite from start to finish. Just the pace was hot, the action was hard hitting and heavy. And again, Inamura is an absolute beast. But hell, the opening match. I mean, the opening match has absolute match of the night contendership as well. Stephanie Vacker and Fallon Henley put on a hell of a bout tonight. Guys, that's just a damn good show. That's what it comes down to. It's there's I don't think there's any shame at all in not being able to pick a true match of the night here for me. But what I do need to do is pick an NXT jobber of the night, and that's something that's I find to be a little bit more on the difficult side, because everybody was awesome. I mean, I could kayfabe it and give it to someone who lost a match, but feels kind of mean. But so maybe Javon, but like I don't really feel that way because I thought he did a good job. Um, yeah, guys, I'm. You know what? Every once in a while, this happens. No, there's no jobber of the night tonight. I'm not picking one. I refuse to do it. I mean, I could pick someone who wasn't even on the card, like just because they weren't there. You know what? Maybe am I the jobber because I wasn't in the arena live for this? It was a great show. I don't have a jobber. Do I have to have a jobber? Do I have to? I don't think I do. I don't think I have to have a jobber. So, you know what? I was going to kayfabe it, but no, not even doing that. No jobber of the night tonight. We're moving right into the megastar tonight. And this is, I got more than one. So, y'all need to prepare yourselves for that. But I will say, absolute top of the list for me tonight. Megastar. I think you guys probably already knew this was coming, but it's Julia. A God, just an absolute, you know, I don't even say groundbreaking, just star making performance though in this fatal 4-way tonight. The crowd was into her, and that's saying a lot because the crowd's in everywhere. This is 4 very talented women in this match, and the crowd was happy and behind her, and just fantastic. She's a megastar, guys. Like inside and out of the ring. Like she's improving on the mic week after week. When they let her do promos in Japanese, it's those are incredible as well. I'm all about those subtitle promos as well, but she is getting very good with her English. So and good for her on that. She's clearly working very hard on that, and it really shows. And she's just going to be a star for years and years and years. I want her to spend a little more time in NXT. I want her to have a good, long, healthy run with this championship. But she's a main roster act, y'all. She is absolutely a main roster act. But yeah, so I gotta say she is my number one megastar tonight. Megastar 1A, Stephanie Vacker. And I want to say, right there, level with Stephanie, because God, I thought the match was so well done. It's Fallon Henley. I'm giving Stephanie and Fallon kind of equal ground here, but I'm saying Steph first. Jeez, that was a great opening match. It set the tone and the pacing for the night, and it really made I feel like it made everybody else come out with a little more fire under them because they tore it down straight off the bat. And so mentions for both of them. And guys, I'm sorry. This is like just me basically naming like half of the friggin' card for megastars. Inamura, guys, I got to give a shout out to Inamura on this as well, because just holy crap. He looked like $1 million here. Again, I am all for this tag team of Briggs and Inamura, but at some point in the future, if and when they want to break Inamura off onto his own, that's going to be awesome too. He's a beast. He had some really great strength spots in here. It was awesome. I've said that so much tonight. I've been rambling on and on and on by myself about this. Me and little Molly Holly here. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in live and listening to me chatter on about NXT Vengeance Day. I'm going to say it one more time. If you did not watch that show live, please go check it out. It was fantastic. And guys, if you enjoy who isn't just here covering NXT on PLEs. We're here every single night because professional wrestling never stops. So Dirt Sheet Radio is always on. We are here every Monday night for Raw, Tuesday nights for NXT, Wednesday nights, you know what that means, AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for TNA Impact, and Fridays for SmackDown. And if you're up super late on Wednesdays, check out the Dirt Sheet Radio flagship program late in the night. Or if you're like me, check it out early on Thursday mornings. It'll be there with your commute and your coffee. Also, guys, on Sundays, not this week. We're not going to be going live this week, mostly due to tonight's show. But CJ and I typically would be doing the Weekend Wrestling Roundup on Sundays. But live on Sunday, 3NT will be taking to the stream, breaking down the week in professional wrestling and looking good as they do it. And y'all, tonight, we got Grand Slam AEW in Australia. So we are doing, well, I will be there, but Dirt Sheet Radio will be doing a live recap tonight following Collision. Like I said, that's going to be later tonight as they are going live after the basketball game. But guys, thank you again so much for tuning in live tonight. I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. And hey, if you could do me a favor, follow Dirt Sheet Radio on all outlets. And, also, if you could, hit that like and subscribe. I know it's aggravating hearing that all the time, but it really does mean a lot to us, and it helps out a lot. And hey, after you do all of that, just one more favor. Give me a follow or on Facebook, The Pro Wrestling Hipster. I share some NXT news mostly and a lot of memes. Hey, thank you all so much for tuning in live tonight. Dirt Sheet Radio will be live again later tonight. Guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time.